Happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope the network will be really good today. So, when I said that I might come back today, well, I meant it and I didn't, just because I wasn't ready to speak on what God was telling me to speak on. But little did I know that I was going to be back here to speak about something else. So, last night, right, I felt the presence of God, right after praying, and it wasn't heavy. It was just like the presence of God was just there, to sort of watch over me at that point in time. And I started talking. and I was rambling on for 15 to 20 minutes, I would say, right? And as I was doing that, I was also pouring out my heart, right? So, and then I realized, I said, wait a minute, God. Your presence is not just here for no reason, right? So, let me keep quiet so I can hear you speak. Because if I'm just talking and not, So, I kept quiet and I honestly just said, God, what do you want to talk about? Right? And it said to me, the heart of my children are heavy. They're weary, right? And it said that they are consumed by what they see in the flesh, right? And God said that his children should trust in him. His word, rejoice in my word, rejoice in me. And God said to deliver my word to his people and encourage them. Mind you, I'm like, encourage them, God. I just got out of one. How do I become the encourager? So, God has not asked me to preach to you guys. Really, he hasn't, right? But he did tell me Isaiah 61, which I would touch on a little bit after. But God really just wanted me to encourage us, right? And if I'm being honest, I don't think I'm the best person to encourage someone. Because oftentimes I don't know how to respond when people want encouragement or ask for encouragement or just even pour their heart out, right? But all I can say is in this season there's so much things, right, going on. And when you look at it, you have a lot going on in your life, right? And when you had what's in the news to it, it's like, oh my God, I just can't get a break, right? And what that does is it pollutes your heart, right? And at times it is okay to step away, It is okay to say, well, not today, right? And yeah, it is okay to get some sanity, because we all need that sometimes. Because what can we do? Can you do something about it? Right? If you could do something about it, then go ahead and do something about it. But if you can't, I'll suggest turn off the TV, right? Pray, as God has been asking us to do that. Take your request to God in prayer, right? Pray about it, right? And I know there's so many wickedness in this world, and yeah, but we have to realize the reason why there's so much wickedness, it's because a lot of people have allowed the devil to use them as a tool to create wickedness in this world, right? And some knowingly, most unknowingly, right? And the same way the devil's using people as a tool to create confusion, to create, what you call it, fear, to just create all kind of things. It's the same way God wants to use his children to speak life into people, to speak love into their life, right? And we find it hard to do that, right? And I know most people already know the Bible, but probably that's the reason why God said don't preach, because they know the Bible already, But if I'm being honest, I just got out of a situation. I don't know what it's called, But my heart wasn't heavy, but I was not happy. And I tried to play it off, like at first I was annoyed, right? And I just told God, I said, God, I'm annoyed. I'm just going to go to sleep. And I went to sleep. I slept it off. I thought I slept it off, And then I woke up, I had a little talk with God again. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And I went on for a couple of days. I'm fine. Now, even though it's at the back of my mind, what was making me unhappy was at the back of my mind, right? But I kept, living my life. And yesterday, God spoke to me through someone else. And he said, why are you pretending to be happy? And I felt like, wait a minute, God. In my head, I'm like, wait a minute, God. You just going to expose my thought like that? You're just going to expose my heart to other people, right? And he said other things, right, through my sister Amalade, right? And you see, that word was all I needed to hear to make me feel better, right? And because I was like, nothing like can be hidden from you. It's like, it really sees my heart, right? So even when I'm playing it all cool, it looks cool outside here, deep inside is where a lot of things lie with us, right? And at times, most times, it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough, if I'm being honest, right? I mean, just because I'm working with God doesn't mean I don't have my moments whereby I'm like, oh God, why? But one thing I'd always prayed for is that God, whenever I'm weary, whenever my heart is heavy, or I need a word of encouragement, please send your word to me to encourage me, right? Because I know if I hear his word and it speaks to me, I feel better, right? Because God always knows the right word to say, right? At the right time to get you out of that mood, out of that heaviness, right? So that was my prayer, and that is still my prayer, right? Excuse me. But whenever I'm in a situation whereby my heart is weary, whereby my heart is heavy, or I'm just, moody, I just say, God, please send your word to me. This is a prayer I'd prayed a long time ago, but I see God doing that in my life every single time. And God knows not to speak directly to me when that time comes, because that's when I'll be like, that's not God. That's someone else. That's the devil trying to speak to me, you know? When in reality, it is him speaking to me. So it speaks to me through other channels, right? And I mean, I'm just sharing my own thought, right? I'm sharing my own experience because that's what God is asking me to do. So don't preach. Don't preach. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Shai. I'm like, okay, God. I'm gonna try not to preach because we Christian. Before you know it, we take you to the Bible and we're preaching to you, And when in reality, sometimes that's not what people need. Sometimes they just need you to listen, right? Sometimes they just need you to show them that love and just say, okay. And sometimes they just want to hear you say that I don't have the answer, but I believe that God will come into your situation, right? So it's not that we should always have the answer. I don't have the answer. I don't know whose heart is heavy on here or why God is telling me to come on here, But if I'm being honest, I'm going to lead you back to God. Because, again, that is where I get my comfort, right? And I can't speak about others, right? But that's where I get my own comfort, right? And he has a way of speaking to me when I'm heavy-hearted and weary, right? And it works every time. I mean, look at what I did yesterday, saying, why are you pretending to be happy when you're not? And I'm just like, but even though I was like, it was the right word that got me out of that, because I was like, so now I can't hide anything from you, God. I literally cannot hide my heart from you. Like, you're just going to expose my heart like that, And I just want you to know that God knows that your heart is heavy, He knows that you're thinking about a lot of stuff. Some of you, it's relationship that's gotten you so consumed, and making your heart so weary. But if I'm being honest about relationship, depending on the relationship, there's the parent relationship, the friendship relationship, and the partner relationship, right? And they all come with heartache at times, and it's not the best. But what I can truly, truly say is take it to God and believe Him. Because when you take it to God, He always finds a way to get His word to us, whether through what we're watching, right? Or through someone speaking to us, right? He would always find a way to speak to us, right? When we have so much going on. And personally, for me at this moment, the TV, I don't watch TV, right? And reason being that is because to hear from God, at times I need stillness, right? And if I'm consumed by what I'm doing in my daily life, work and all of that, my daughter, right, and family, and then the TV's there with what's going on, and I'm consuming all of that, how do I hear from Him properly, right? So I had to say, no to TV, right? Right now, I have enough people around me that they are TV themselves. My mom, number one, is the CNN. Okay, my mom is CNN, she's CP24, she's BBC, all of that packed in one, right? And at times when she's trying to talk to me about like what's going on, I sort of just zone out, or I'm quiet, I zone out because I don't want to hear it, right? And we need to do that. We need to do that sometimes. We need to just turn off the TV. We need to not talk to anyone, right? Because at times you need that quietness. You need that time alone, right? We need to call Walk and say, hey, Walk, I won't be coming in. I don't feel too good. You need that break at times, right? And it's for our sanity, but in this day and age, it's all about work. We gotta work. But it's like we work so much, and wear our body out at the end of the day, that a lot of people end up with one kind of sickness or another, right? And at the end of their life, when they're supposed to be enjoying their moments of no walk, here we are. Some are, battling with cancer. Some are battling with all kind of things, and that's really not what we want for our life, right? So sometimes it is good to just take a break, to get a sanity together. And as children of God, it is for us to also communicate with Him. Just, is there. I mean, He sees everything, He's watching everything. So it's just for us to ask Him to assist us. So if you are weary at this season, all I'm saying is speak to God, right? If you're weary, if you want to speak to me, I'm going to guarantee you right now that I might not be the best person to advise you, because I wouldn't always have the answer. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, but I wouldn't always have the answer. But if you do want to speak to someone and you think maybe, just maybe, you want to speak to me, I will put under my caption my email. My profile has my production emails, so so I'll put the personal one in this under this caption. But at times you could sing, listen to music. I do that a lot, but sometimes I don't, because I'm way, 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 way too weary to and heavy hearted to even listen to music. At times I'm just like, this is not doing it. That was my last week. I'm like, this music is not doing it. I'm not even listening to any music. I'm not even oh my God, I'm mad. Okay, I'm going to bed. And we have that moment. Because if we're being honest, we're human and we feel things, right? And I mean, God did tell us that in Psalm 23, right? Though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, right? We'll fear no evil. So, in a sense, it's saying we will walk through the shadow of death at some time, right? Shadow of weariness, shadow of fear, right? But God will be our guide, right? We will not fear. So it is to take that position which Christ has already given us, not to fear, right? And to know that He's always there for us, really. So, with conclusion, right? I think I'm about to end here. If you have anything to say, you could type it out, right? If not, this is my conclusion. I don't know if this makes you feel better in any way. And again, I don't know why I'm on here to encourage someone. I don't even know how that's going on. I mean, how that's happening through the words I'm speaking right now. But if it is comforting someone, I mean, that's great, right? So, again, rejoice in His word. And His word is not just the Bible. His word is His Rhema word that He speaks to you through someone else, through TV, through what you're reading, and just in different ways, right? So, don't be consumed by what you see, because there's a lot at play in this life, right? So don't try not to be consumed by what you see in the flesh, right? Take the time out, speak to God, and He'll be your shepherd. He'll shepherd over you, right? So if you have any question, again, you could just type it out. If not, have a great day, right? So, yeah. All right, bye. Good. And God bless. Okay, how do I end this again?